What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Noble Elites Q&A Monday, the show that keeps it short, simple, and solves all your problems. That's right, guys, I have brought back the series. So, if you're new to the series and you have a problem or a question that you want to ask, all you got to do is put it down in the comments below and it'll get answered next Monday. It's that simple. So, guys, today we're going to be talking about BB weights, DMRs, and sniper rifles. So, without further ado, let's get on into your guys' questions. Minecraft USA asks, pros and cons to DMRs and sniper rifles. Hot topic this year, DMRs and sniper rifles. We've been seeing a lot out of Novrich recently with his endorsement by Red Wolf Airsoft, which is pretty big, so we've been seeing an outpour of sniper rifle and DMR gameplay this year. Everyone's kind of on the hype train for snipers and DMRs, however there are pros and cons to both. Of course, the main pros, more FPS, more accuracy. However, it comes with a price. Being able to get a good DMR or sniper rifle might actually cost you much more than having a really high rate of fire close quarters AEG. In fact, it almost certainly will cost you more. So another con to buying a DMR or sniper is if you're on a field with a lot of thick brush, you're probably not going to be that effective. Take Cedar Creek, for example. There is a bunch of branches and trees in the way. I've tried sniping there before, and you're most likely going to hit a branch before you hit an enemy, which is bad because a BB is only so heavy and it's only going to go through so many stuff, especially leaves. That's probably what's most likely going to go through. But when it hits a branch, that's going to send it off, and you're not going to hit your target. So that's something you really want to keep in mind. Maybe if you're in an urban setting with some really long sight lines, that might be your better option. Or if your field has specific lanes for snipers and DMRs, that's also something good to go for. However, mostly all around, you're probably going to want to stick to something like a carbine if you still want to get some pretty decent accuracy as well as high rate of fire. Ferrer asks, I have a question. How do I HPA a spring pistol? Okay, at first this might sound like a silly question to some of you who have been in the airsoft hobby for a little while. You obviously know there's absolutely no way you could do that, right? Well, you're right. However, there is a very close second to something you can do. Recently, well actually I don't know, it's been discovered recently, they have made little HPA nozzles that you can actually replace a green gas nozzle with and tap a green gas pistol with HPA relatively cheaply. You're talking about a $15 adapter and maybe a little over $150 in tank and line. That's really, really cheap compared to buying, say, a Polar Star engine, which can cost you $300 plus. So, if you want to go on the line of tapping a pistol and making it HPA, you can actually get a green gas pistol, swap out the little adapter at the bottom, and you can actually tap a green gas pistol quite easily. Payu asks, what are the best brands for ammo? Also, what BB weight do you recommend using in DMR style guns with long inner barrels? So guys, this is also a hot topic recently. I've been seeing a lot of questions, not just on my videos, but everywhere. What's the best BB weight? And this actually has nothing to do with the length of your inner barrel. It actually has everything to do with how much FPS you're shooting. The higher FPS, the higher weight of BB you should use, and the higher weight of BB means more accuracy. My motto has always been, use the highest weight BB you can possibly use. Now, if you go back way back in the past, you'll see a video on my channel that gives you a chart of which BB you should be using. And the weight of BB actually correlates with the FPS. So, again, make sure when you're firing your BB, you still want to get good range. However, you want to use the heaviest BB that you could possibly deal with. Other than that, ammo-wise, you're pretty much good with any name brand BB, except don't go with a Walmart brand BB, like Crosman, stuff like that. A little bit of that will be fine, But say if your gun jams a lot and stuff like that, when the piston actually pushes the two BBs into each other, sometimes they can crack, which will lead to a significant jam in your barrel, or it could scratch your inner barrel, which would be terrible because that would reduce the accuracy greatly. So make sure it's a name brand known by many airsoft retailers. Pretty much anything that you're going to get off of a known online retailer, say Airsoft Megastore, Evike, GI, those are all going to be safe. Mark Lava asks, I have 5 mid-caps and lately they all seem to be feeding around 4 BBs, then I have to pull it out, slam it against something, and 4 more come out, if I'm lucky. Any tips? Okay, so this happens a lot on the field. I'll see people, they try to shoot and the magazine won't feed and they think it's something wrong with their gun, so they go take the gun apart and it makes this big mess, okay? Most likely that's not the problem. It's just the magazine. Of course, you can always test this by getting, say, a high cap or something and seeing if that feeds. If it does, then it's the magazine. A couple things can happen. Most likely, along the way, you've gotten some dirt into the feeding tube of the magazine, so that main kind of cylinder that feeds the BBs up into the gun, you're going to have some dirt in there causing the BBs to jam. It's going to be easy to get the BBs in the mag, because of course you're speed loading, pushing them all in forcefully. However, that spring might not be able to push it up through all the junk that you have in your magazine. So your best bet is probably just to take the magazine apart. It's not that hard. And then you can, of course, clean that out. If it was indeed clean, then something also that might be causing it is your spring inside the magazine has worn down because you've kept your mid-cap loaded for too long, and that sometimes will cause the spring to compress, and that way it won't feed up the BB. So, of course, the way you fix that, just stretch it out, stick it back in the magazine, and you should be good to go. Alright guys, so that's it for questions this week. Like I said, if you want your question to be in next week's video, all you gotta do is put it down in the comment section and it will get answered next week. So, other than that guys, as always, we end off here with my kind of thought of the week. And I really want to stress this one because I've seen way too many people do it recently. So, out on the field, you'll kind of see somebody, whether it's their pistol or their little CQB gun, they'll hold it sideways, like they're a gangsta or something like that, okay? Let me give you a little lesson, people who do this. It's bad. Don't do it. I don't know if you can't see the BB and you don't know what's going on, but let me put this into perspective for you. The way your hop-up is built, the nub is at the top, so when the BB goes under it, it gives it backspin and makes it go up. If you tilt the gun, now your hop-up is on the side, which gives it a side spin, which makes your BB curve off to either side, which you're leaning your gun. This is wrong. Never, ever lean your gun over to the side. The hop-up will make it curve left or right, whichever way you're leaning your gun. So never do that. However, there is a useful way you can do that. And this is kind of a pro tip that not a lot of people take advantage of, which I think is really helpful. A lot of times when it's windy, you'll see players kind of aim to a different side to compensate for the wind. What you should actually do is tilt your gun against the wind, keep your sight on target, and that way your BB will actually be spinning against the wind, combating that so it actually flies in a straight line. So I hope that makes sense to you guys, and take that one to heart. It'll make you a much better player in windy conditions. And if you are tilting your gun over to the side because you think it looks cool or something, don't do it. It's making you very ineffective. But anyways guys, that's going to be it for me today. If you enjoyed, make sure to click the like button and leave your comments in the comments section. So that's going to be it for me today. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.